Iran's invisible eyes deliver shocking blows to U.S. forces, with American jets dropping from the skies at alarming rates. An F-15E Strike Eagle goes down inside Iranian territory, shattering the myth of unchallenged U.S. air superiority. Silent infrared tracking technology emerges as Iran's game-changing weapon against stealthy high-tech adversaries. U.S. pilots face no radar emissions or advance warnings, left completely blind against Iran's advanced heat-seeking systems. Iran fundamentally rewrites air combat rules, forcing U.S. military jets to pay a heavy price in the evolving skies. Iran has stunned the U.S. after downing multiple American jets in a rare and coordinated air defense assault on April 3, marking a significant shift in regional air war capabilities. At the center of this incident is an F-15E Strike Eagle, a battle-proven multi-role aircraft that was dramatically shot down inside Iranian airspace. The strike has shifted attention onto a lesser-known but strategically important military technology: passive infrared detection systems used to track and engage aircraft. Reports citing NBC suggest Iran may have used the same infrared-based systems to track and help guide weapons against the American F-15. Unlike radar systems, these infrared sensors do not emit any signals, making them extremely difficult for U.S. aircraft to detect or jam. Instead, they work by sensing the heat signature produced by an aircraft's engines and exhaust plume as it flies through the sky. Even highly advanced fighter jets can be tracked based on the heat they generate, since infrared systems do not rely on traditional radar reflection. Because the sensors are passive and heat-based, they leave no electronic footprint, rendering them effectively invisible to many standard warning and detection systems. This creates a key challenge for U.S. aircraft, which have historically been designed to counter radar-based threats rather than infrared-guided engagements. Reports indicate Iran may be combining infrared sensors with radar, electronic surveillance, and missile defense systems to create layered air defense networks. Infrared systems could silently track a target while other platforms acquire and engage it, reducing the window for defensive maneuvers. On March 19, Iran also reportedly struck a U.S. F-35 Lightning II using its Majid short-range air defense system, another infrared-guided platform. The Majid missile relies on infrared homing to lock onto heat sources, allowing it to bypass the radar stealth advantage of aircraft like the F-35. If deployed at scale, these infrared-guided systems could offer Iran a relatively low-cost way to counter expensive, high-end U.S. air power in contested skies. In a strong message, U.S. President Donald Trump said the downing of a U.S. jet would not affect negotiations with Iran, according to NBC. Trump reportedly said the situation was war, and dismissed concerns that it would impact ongoing peace efforts. He also declined to share details about search and rescue operations for missing U.S. personnel. Earlier, Trump's national security team had briefed him on the downed U.S. fighter jet, NBC reported. The president was also receiving frequent updates on the ongoing search and rescue operation in Iran, according to the report. This comes as Iran claimed major air defense success, calling it a black day for U.S. and Israeli forces. Iran's Revolutionary Guard reportedly said it had downed U.S. jets, drones, and cruise missiles across multiple regions. Tehran also alleged it shot down 2 MQ-9 drones and destroyed a Hermes drone in key provinces. The US A-10 Warthog was also reportedly hit, with the pilot ejecting safely before the aircraft went down in Kuwait, NBC said. Earlier, Iran claimed it had downed an F-15E two-seater fighter jet, while one pilot was rescued by US forces. Iran also said another US jet was hit and later crashed into the Strait of Hormuz. Following the false claims of the US president about the complete destruction of Iran's air defense, a hostile American fighter jet in central Iranian airspace was engaged by a new, advanced air defense system of the IRGC Aerospace Force, operating under the control of the country's integrated air defense network, and was hit and destroyed. This fighter jet was completely shattered, and further search operations are ongoing. The warriors of the IRGC Aerospace Force, in step with the brave fighters of Yemen, in the 91st wave of Operation True Promise 4 in a joint action, struck and destroyed concentration centers of forces and military-industrial companies supporting the army of the Zionist regime in western Tel Aviv and the port of Eilat with long-range missiles. The IRGC Navy, in continuation of this wave, subjected military and infrastructural targets belonging to American Zionist terrorists in the countries south of the Persian Gulf to intense attacks using a large number of ballistic and cruise missiles and combat drones. In the second phase of this wave, the secret gathering place of flight engineers and pilots of American fighter jets outside enemy bases in the UAE was struck with ballistic missiles, inflicting considerable casualties on them. Given the terrorist actions of the criminal enemy and the assassination of citizens of the Islamic Republic of Iran, the espionage, information technology, and artificial intelligence companies that form part of the enemy's terrorist operations infrastructure were also targeted, the Hebrew space infrastructure of the American company Amazon and, simultaneously, the infrastructure of the American company Oracle based in the UAE was struck. From early this morning, the warriors of the IRGC Navy and Aerospace Force, in the 92nd wave of the subsequent True Promise 4 operations, launched several combined attacks on radar systems and naval equipment. In the first part of this operation, the concentration point of American amphibious vessels in the port of Ash-Shuwaik was smashed using ballistic missiles. In another part, the long-range R327 three-dimensional early warning radar located at the Jabal ad-Dukan radar site in Bahrain was hit and destroyed in a drone attack. Continuing these attacks, with the successful launch of a ballistic missile, the Ramat David Air Base in the southeast of Haifa was also targeted. In another section of the IRGC aerospace missile offensive, and in line with the tactic of sustained launches, using Khorramshahr missiles with multiple warheads, more than 50 points in the heart of Tel Aviv and the occupied territories were also effectively struck. The Army of the Islamic Republic of Iran, in response to U.S. Army attacks on the country's infrastructure, from this morning has targeted equipment depots and accommodation sites of American terrorists in Jordan, the location of U.S. armored forces in Arif Jan, Kuwait, and the largest aluminum factory in Bahrain with its combat drones. The defenders of our country's skies in the Army and the IRGC shot down several cruise missiles in central and western regions, and 2 attacking drones in the southern regions of the country. Also, an advanced enemy fighter jet was hit south of Keshem Island and crashed between Hengam and Keshem Islands, sinking into the depths of the forever Persian Gulf waters.